Like Lord.
Wake up, sleepy head.
Rise and shine.
I need some coffee.
All right, everyone, grab your comics and let's get ready for the show. Well, almost forgot. Hit that subscribe button.
Bro, do we got a show for y'all this morning? What's going on, D?
Yo, Grand Rising BCL fam, what's up, man?
Man, not much, man. We had some issues on Friday, obviously.
Technical difficulties, you know.
Technical difficulties. Bro, we ran again. It's like the fourth time this happened. I'm going to fire my production crew. I'm going to fire everybody. I'm going to use those to go through and find, cut all the fat, all the things we don't need. And I'm going to fire. And if you want to get up in the morning and help us run our background, the slides, the videos and stuff, bro, email us at blackcomiclords at gmail.com, bro. We need some help in the mornings. If you want to help, that's what you want to do. You want to be the guy in the van, and then we'll upgrade you and give you a microphone and let you, but you gotta know something. You can't just be a casual who kind of glosses over, what's going on with black superheroes and just comic books in general, man. You gotta have, I don't want to say you gotta have a pull box, but you gotta have some knowledge, bro, outside of just face value, man. You gotta show me a long box, and then we'll go ahead and get you installed or something, man.
Oh, man. Some technical skills for sure. A little.
Technical skills, you got some knowledge, man. But what's going on with you, man? Everything good?
Yeah, man, everything good, man. Had a good weekend off, just accidentally drove into a shootout in Virginia Beach Saturday night. That was fun.
Are you freaking serious?
Nah, I'm dead A, man. For real, on the boardwalk, literally wrong street, wrong time. Bunch of YNs, bunch of police.
I thought I saw that on the news.
Yeah, man, we just heard some gunshots right in front of us. I'm like, all right, make a right. Make a right. Time to go. Time to go.
Yeah. It was a huge. People were scattering from like it was. I saw that on not on the news. I saw that on social media.
Yeah.
The cops kind of got there after the fact, and they were just kind of like, "What the freak is going on?" They tried to find, was it a terrorist attack? When a bunch of people start running,
yeah,
you don't know if it's just locals acting stupid. Did they catch the guys?
Nah, they haven't updated it yet, yo. But I saw someone limping away. I saw police running. Then we went to the Cavalier Hotel, and they looked at us like, nah, you ain't got the money. Go here. The bodyguard said, nah, you can't come in here, and that's not general parking. There's no general parking. So,
y'all went in there to hide?
No, we were just there just to go to the Cavalier Hotel. It's like a famous haunted high class hotel in Virginia Beach. And we're just going to high class hotel, pinky up. And
they don't even let poor ghosts go in there. You got to be before you died. You had to have a nice little stack.
Bank account got to look nice to haunt there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but Virginia Beach wasn't having us this weekend. That's all, man. How about you?
Man, not much, but we got to do something about these YNs, man. It's at this point. It's more than just the music, man. First, I used to think, it's the music, because people trying to live out these songs and they trying to that's what they see as cool. Whereas white folks, they have. Let me back up. Black folks have tons of examples of what's cool, but the things that get the most glamour shots, the money shots, you say, is all the stupid stuff.
Right.
We need more balance. That should be the word for 2025. Balance.
I think so.
We just don't have, and we're just not yelling and screaming enough about the stuff. Well, I don't know, because people are, but it's like
it's not enough.
I'll say this: the people aren't gonna like it, but that's fine. Let's start off this morning right. Because you can't have a show since you're not allowed to have a show without Black Panther. Black Panther is kin to hip hop. Some of the bad hip hop. Well, I don't want to say that because I was going to say because you can start talking about black superheroes, but as soon as you talk about Black Panther, it sucks all the air out of the room. And it's kind of like how we have multiple different cool things, but as soon as some of this ratchet, crazy stuff comes in, it sucks all the air out of the room.
Yeah, you're not saying Black Panther is not, contains the same context of mainstream rap, whatever, but it's almost like the other superheroes, black superheroes are conscious rap, and then Black Panther is mainstream radio.
Mainstream radio, but without all the negativity. Let me say that. I don't say that. Somebody go,
talking about the popularity. Yeah.
We just talk about strength of popularity.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I got two young daughters, 3 and 6. So I have to really prepare their brains, man, to combat some of this nonsense because I mean, Sexy Red gonna be gone by the time they get in about 10 years when they get really deep down.
But it'll be Sexy Blue by the time they grow up.
It'll be Sexy Blue and Sexy Orange.
Sexy Orange.
Bro, she got a whole line of lip gloss with STDs for the names. Chlamydia. So seriously, you can go and Google that right now, bro. That's what these just doing. And people was telling us NWA and Snoop Dogg are so bad, or thought they got guns, and bro, as far as they did, well, they did some rough stuff, but not like the girls wasn't this buck wild, bro. Hip hop, it was not this buck wild back in the day. You had Lil Kim, Foxy Brown was the worst that you got, and they were mild compared to them.
Right, so, they pioneered this new era. It started with Lil Kim and Foxy Brown.
They did, man. They did. Listen.
Sierra Boxy said lies. Hey, good morning. Good morning, yo. Check us in the comments, yo.
Check us in the comments. Get us right in the comments. Listen, so we were supposed to talk about this last week, and we didn't. What's going on with this art? I actually made this, so somebody wants to send some hate mail, you send it straight to me. This art is blowing up the internet. And well, last week it almost just sucking some of the air out of Austin Hall, man. I mean, people was talking about him last 2 weeks, and now this is the hottest of the hot right now, man. It's called Ghibli art.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli. Might be saying
Ghibli
art. Ghibli. Yeah, Studio Ghibli art.
Did we talk about this last week?
No, I don't think we did. I think we're trying to get there. But I mean, it's just, the continuation of AI, the shortcutting to skill, right? Like, it's just the evolution. It's almost inevitable. Soon you'll be able to, in our lifetime, you're going to be able to prompt a movie with words and say, I want Christopher Nolan writing style, Michael Bay cinematography with a Spike Lee story. And
and it'll do it.
It'll do it.
Dude, these AI videos, hip hop videos, like they're taking hip hop songs and making them into like old 50s and 60s R&B songs. It is all AI generated. They kind of hot. They kind of like catchy. So I mean, music has already become plastic to a big extent. I mean, there's only so many more. I think people still play. There's still a lot of musicians out there, but a lot of stuff is really, really gone. Everybody can jump on SoundCloud. I mean, throw some beats, scratch, and boom, you got a song. And if you can sing, I mean, even auto-tune, they can change your voice. Right. Everybody's got to compete with everybody, man. We're going to talk about competition and competing with other people. We got a whole thing, but this is the hottest of the hot right now. Everybody wants to use it. People are pissed, and they're saying that people on Twitter are the loudest against this because they're like, bro, y'all are stealing our art. Y'all stealing the dude's art that was doing this. And I remember I think I talked about last week that to make 4 seconds of this, one guy actually died because of stress over in Japan because it took him 15 months just to make 15 seconds. 4 seconds of this. And the craziest I've ever heard was, stop action animation takes a long time, but Into the Spider-Verse, they say it takes years to create. That's why we ain't getting into 2027. But it takes a while to make this. But people are pissed, highly upset that this is here. I love the art. I'm going to use it. I'm just going to let y'all know. And some of y'all going to use it too. Not this specifically this art, but I'm going to use AI. Hell, I used AI at my job yesterday to help me finish typing up something. Mm-hmm. It is a shortcut. If people say it's going to make you dumb, well, guess what? I'm in my 40s, so I was in school when teachers frowned at you using a calculator. Calculator is AI. And so I did the work. Now, in my later years, I'm going to maybe take shortcuts in there, get the work done. So I'm going to use AI. It is what it is.
It's going to happen, man. Imagine customer service. Oh, I want to talk to somebody. And then it's eventually going to become AI.
Doing that.
Yeah, you're going to talk to AI. It's going to talk right back to you.
So could you please give me your social security number again? Ma'am, I just told you 5 times. Let's start over. It's going to be, people are going to be pissed, but, you know, it's funny because we talk about AI, we talk about cutting costs and stuff like that. What a lot of companies are going to do. And now Trump is like, oh, y'all better bring y'all not going to, basically what Trump is saying, and we're talking about money and spending money in AI, basically what these terrorists are saying, y'all not finna eat out on weekends. Y'all not finna eat out ever again. You gonna cook food at home. Get them eggs out, and if it means that it's gonna take 40 more minutes for mama to cook that lasagna, guess what? That's what we're doing. Because everything is gonna be cooked from here on. A lot of things, not everything. A lot of things are gonna be cooked right here in house. And a lot of people, a lot of these companies, like the Fridays, the Chili's, the Cheesecake Factories, I'm trying to bridge a bad analogy, trying to make this work. So stay with me. They gonna have to either drop prices or just hope that the elite or upper class continues to go out and roll with them. But some people have doubled down and really, tried to make their prices cheaper. As far as the tariffs go, nah, man, we finna absorb that cost. But I've been like, listen, every day I've been taking my lunch, and I'm pretty good. I'm solid. I don't really worried about. I'm remodeling my house. We got a lot of things going on. We're fine. But even with me, like, I'm finna pull back on some purchases, comic purchases, the whole 9, action figures, the whole 9. But the good thing is, I got a lot of what I really, really wanted during COVID in the last couple of years. Now these prices are shooting up. If comic prices go up, I'm gonna be fine. I mean, I can't say the same about artists. But what you think about these tariffs, man, and just lifestyle changes?
Yo, for real. I mean, everything's gonna go. Even anything American made. Like, well, if y'all going up, why don't we go up? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be interesting, man. We're in a new era, man. This is a new American order, NAW. But yeah, man. I mean, God bless you and all these parents out there, because I'm seeing it costs $300K to raise a child, like $300,000 or something like that. Lifetime.
I don't know about that, bro.
I don't know, man. I'm about to say, dude, I'm priced out, man. I miss my time. I'm priced out.
So let's check out some of his comments. Ghibli lies. I miss Prince. He was so ahead of his time with his sampling and etc. Good morning, people's New America, AKKK order.
New America. Yep.
That's been there. But yeah, man, it's funny. Mad love and respect for during South Africa. Y'all must just come to. I don't have no idea.
Josie. Okay, man. If we international, yo. Shoot.
Man, we in Johannesburg. Man, listen. What's going on down there with Trump, man? Is it really as bad as the U.S. is saying, or is it like, nah, we good, we ain't worried about it? Because the West news is a whole lot different. But what I've been hearing about Johannesburg is that black people are taking back their land, or some people will say black people are stealing. I know this is weird because Africa is a black place, but if white people bought that land from them, I know it's apartheid. I know it's the history. I know somebody gonna come in the comments and want to give me a history lesson, and I'll let you give me a history, Mr. Joe Berg. But a lot of people are saying that Trump, with the refugees, that people have lost their land, they can come to America because they're white, they're South Africa. Obviously, Elon Musk is he's from Johannesburg. He's an African. He's an African American or whatever you said, Caucasian, African Caucasian American, and so he's kind of probably helping his white brethren down there. But is it really that crazy, or is it just like the West just really pushing the BS, the fake news? It's more fake news, man. But anyways, let us know down in the comments. So, man, listen, have you been watching the freaking Invincible, bro?
Actually, no, I'm behind, man. I just finished up Severance, so I'm gonna be on Invincible next.
Bro. Listen, it's overwhelming. The last episode is completely overwhelming. Kirkman is really trying to tippy-toe around anime and the anime style of the battles that last forever and ever and ever. And as soon as you think somebody should be dead, they all of a sudden they pop up with a bloody nose and their shirts are ripped up. Bro, that last episode, oh my gosh, bro. I had to I barely got through it. It was just fighting the same person. It's just, he loves gore, man. Like, he loves gore, but spoiler alert, I guess. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on, man, but I sure hope. So in the comic book, so this image right here is of a version, and yes, this is a spoiler alert. If you don't want me to say it, because I know you ain't seen it, man. I want to.
No, go ahead, go for it, man. It's over, right?
Darkwing. Remember when he went? Have you got caught up to when he went over to when we saw Darkwing in the other dimension?
Yeah, I remember that episode.
So he pops back over on our side, and he's helping out. But then Invincible's pissed because he's a murderer. Like, he goes out of his way to be like, "Oh, you're a murdering trash." He basically, the black guy, I can't think of his name, that had all the disfigurement from Invincible. He goes and recruits all the evil Invincibles from other multiverses, and they basically level the entire planet. And on one of the scenes, Darkwing 2, which is the son of the original Darkwing, takes him down into this shadowy abyss, and we're hoping that we see him back. His leg is snapped and severed in half, but he takes a bad version of Invincible. So hopefully we see him back, man. I believe his first appearance is Invincible number 21. Everybody was telling me, oh yeah, he comes back in the comic. But we know those things don't always translate in the but they basically vanish together. And then you're like, oh, okay, is he coming back? Is he gonna have the corpse of Darkwing 2? We don't know. So we'll see what happens. I think Darkwing 2 should have a spinoff in his own universe, in that shadowy, weird, creepy looking universe. I think that'll be dope. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm probably asking for too much, but man, you gotta get caught up, dude.
I got caught. Little Kirkman, he's on that run, man. You got The Walking Dead, you got Invincible. Yo, he's the modern age quintessential comic book writer creator in the modern age. It's him.
Something that doesn't happen too often in Black comic lore space, bro. Somebody literally stole my post for the Black Panther having sidekicks, and they posted up as themselves. I mean, word for word, they copied and pasted what I said 2 years ago, and they posted it up. But it brings up a good point. I mean, Black Panther should have 2 other guys, maybe even a couple girls around him that he is training. This Agents of Wakanda comic book came out, didn't love it, didn't care about it. Gorilla and not Tarzan, but what's the white guy that's like Tarzan? I forget his name. He's got the
from
same
Marvel.
Yeah. Somebody help me out in the comments, man. No, I'm not a casual. I know who he is. Kozar was a part of it. But bro, there should be 2. Like, start off with 2 other black guys that are his cousins, second cousin or something, that's a part of the royal family, or the council's kids that maybe have some superpowers, and allow them to be mentored up under T'Challa, man. Like, something, bro. That would make for a good series. I don't know how the Black Panther fans, they're very strict about, I mean, if they see anybody else outside of T'Challa still any of the spotlight, they will sometimes go off. But I think it makes for a good, I mean, even if it's a short mini, I think it'll sell. I think people will be intrigued. Black people typically don't have sidekicks in comic books like that. And mainstream for Marvel, it's almost like, I mean, Captain Sam Wilson, probably the first one ever. So I'll be interested to see. But yeah, somebody ripped me off and stole my post, man. What you think about T'Challa having some official sidekicks? I know he has the not bronze tiger, but he has the other girl that's got like Doctor Strange's powers and his powers. But unfortunately, man, it's hard to build up black girls and black women, black superheroes. Unfortunately, because if it's a black girl, people only want to run the Moon Girl. If it's a black woman, people don't want to run the Storm. What's your thoughts on some sidekick?
I think they could get it done with the Hatu Zaraze. You know, two lower class soldiers. They get some cool training from T'Challa, who's like the King of Kings, and maybe he goes away on an Avengers thing, and then they have to handle some kind of weird secret invasion from I don't know, Namor or something. Then they have to be up to task to defend Wakanda without T'Challa. Then he comes back. He's like, "Oh, I've trained you well. You're promoted or something like that." And you know that.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, there's gonna be some knuckleheads, rockheads online that's gonna be mad. Oh, well, honestly, I would make it a retro story. When T'Challa left and went to the interplanetary thing, now granted, I think they had somebody in Wakanda to hold it down, but they might have. Well, you probably don't want to mess with the culture run. That, in my opinion, was one of the worst runs. I like the Ridley run more than that. I mean, the Coast run was just long, dragged out. I couldn't really get into the outer space thing, but that's just me personally. Mm-hmm. Coates was reminiscent of Don McGregor. You know, T'Challa was in pain. He was going through a lot of emotional things. He would lose fights. You know, people aren't used to that because they only want to acknowledge the Priest run moving forward. They don't even want to read and get into the other stuff before that when T'Challa was, you know, barely making it out. But that's what I used to like about it. He like barely made it out. I didn't want a Superman T'Challa. So it'll be interesting to see what Marvel would do with a concept like this. This has been going. I've been seeing this online and other spaces, just as a picture without a synopsis. But
yeah. Well, you know, your boy, everyone hyped up, failed essentially, or is gone, disappeared. Tosin. Everyone, Tosin. Ooh, Tosin, he's so cool. He's
but
so
that
mysterious.
was at a different. That was at a time when people were speculating on comic books. There was a lot
Where is he now?
Of speculation. He's gone. He's cooked.
Man, I mean, sometimes be like, y'all know they make a new character just to spike the spec game people. Like they have no intention of this character in the long term, just artificial spike in sales for first appearance. Man, come on, play the game, bro. Play the game.
Play the game. Bro, that book, man, was going for about $900 at the time. You had the one for $25, $9. Actually, I'm sorry, that over $1,000. But that was in the heyday of people buying for speculation. Speculation is 100% dead. It's 100% dead. Forget about it. It's over. It was fun while it lasted. But yeah, man. So speaking of comic books, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm gonna get into the psychology of this. We're gonna spend a little time on this morning. Listen, Ironheart Riri Williams came out by our boy John Jennings. I'm gonna be honest with you. When Riri first came out, everybody hated her guts. People were like, she's a Miles knockoff, blah, blah, blah. How come? And then the casuals were saying, oh, where's the white girl? I think Iron Man's daughter should have been Riri and all this other crap or whatever. Fine. Then when books started to spike, her book was like, her one for $25, $2,000, $3,000. Her regular print, $500 to $800. People were wanting to buy the book because she was coming to the MCU. Post 2019, MCU tanks, we have COVID, people die, blah, 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 and people back hating Riri again. But I will say this, I read the Eve Ewing run. I thought it was significant. It was the first all-black female team-up in a comic ever. Even how on a cover you had 3 black women. I've never seen, like, that whole Eve Ewing run is still special. Wasn't blown away by the story. I know she's been a part of the Champions, blah, blah, blah. But this specific run with John Jennings, I actually made a post in the space saying about how I'm going to call out John Jennings. This is the best Riri story I've ever read. Now, keep in mind, that was last Friday. The story dropped on Wednesday. Nobody said Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nobody said a word about this book. I make a post, though I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I make a post about how I liked it. And then everybody feels like, oh, he opened up the gates. He made it okay. I feel like, did I make it okay for y'all to say that this book was good or something? Like, we should have been. And I kind of really feel that had I not even made it okay, people wouldn't have said anything, even if they really, really liked it, because there's something about genuinely telling a group of people, hey, I like this. I think people feel like they're going to get attacked, or people are going to slam it, or people are going to critique. And the internet is a hell of a place. So, like, I think me being an admin, that probably shields me. But for the most part, people are like, yeah, this is really, really good. I'm just like, bro, what took y'all so long? But I know you have a different sentiment. I still think this is the best. I love the fact that he grabbed an original black villain and allowed the legacy of a black character to spew down to a black woman, a black female supervillain, who we normally just get some one and done. Now that book came out last year, her first appearance. Now this year, she's back, and she was able to go toe to toe with Riri. She was able to mind control the controller. So she's on some, like, she needs to be fighting Spider-Man. I want this black villain to be well-traveled. I know this is just a one-shot, but this is definitely really, really good. But what's your thoughts? I know you have a different opinion about Riri.
Yeah, I'm just respectfully, I didn't read the new issue. I'm just not a fan of Riri Williams. Like you said, I think she's sort of like a copy and paste from Brian Michael Bendis from Miles into Iron Man legacy character. And I prefer Moon Girl personally, if you're going for like our intellectual black woman, black girl character. And I just don't really care for her. I mean, we have War Machine, we have Iron Man. I know you might want a female counterpart towards Iron Man, like Superman has for Supergirl, whatever. But yeah, I understand she's kind of like, I guess, like, what do you say, like the Wonder Woman of black woman comics, black woman characters with the team up and sort of the
Oh, no, hell no. The person that they look at as Wonder Woman's counterpart is Storm. I mean, that's how people look at it.
Well, I guess in a sense, like she had the team up, right? I'm seeing like a lot of historical things with like, oh, the first black like Superwoman team up on a cover. Like that didn't happen with Storm. It happened with Riri, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Riri and Wakanda, like, I don't know. It seemed like she's got the second push underneath Storm. So in that sense, I don't know. I prefer Monica.
I don't know.
Who else got a push?
Moon Girl had her own damn show. Storm ain't got her own damn show. Storm, as a matter of fact, Storm will never be just a movie or a TV show. Storm is a team. Storm, as popular as she is connected, chained to the X-Men. And as far as movies and television and stuff, she's
Okay.
even a lot of her action figures come in 2-pack. Well, one of her action figure, the classic, came in a 2-pack with Thunderbird. So she's always going to be chained to the X-Men. Now, granted, she's got her own series out. It's doing well. It's about to break the record for the longest Storm run. Not a whole lot of people are talking about it anymore. And I think that's really a tribute to, because Storm is missing one big thing. She doesn't have a rogues gallery. But I don't think they're not giving her a rogues gallery on purpose, because they don't really intend for her to do much more than what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
They need her to be a love interest to Wolverine. They need her to be just a pretty black-faced woman that's powerful. That's it. Don't bother her no more.
Riri jumped the shark. She got in the movie like in 10 years after her creation, live action, and then she has a Disney Plus series as well. Keep
in mind too, a lot of things are perfect timing. Moon Girl, her comic run ran 45 or 44 issues. Now, I got some insider information that the only reason why it went that long, because Department
graphic
of Education.
Novels.
No. I think the Department of Education picked it up and extended it so that kids could read it in school.
Yeah, Scholastic.
Scholastic picked it up.
Yeah.
And so she was able to continue on. Because how many posts do you see about, how good the Ironheart book is? You don't. We're gonna talk about posting and how come people aren't talking about certain things, because we're gonna dive into it. But let's get into some of these comments real quick. Masaka says, why did they make Black Samson so whack in the TV series, depowered and always getting folded? I mean, he got like, I posted a picture the other day, the robot dude like fried him, like cut his body in half. So I mean, they don't need, listen, what black character in that TV show is like to their full potential? Besides the dude that can turn into rocks? I mean, other than that, everybody else is just a background character. And Sierra says, does T'Challa need a sidekick? I think what T'Challa needs to do, he doesn't need. Actually, no, T'Challa does need a sidekick. Batman it needs a sidekick. Everybody can get help and assistance, bro. Imagine you trying to run a country, also trying to be an Avenger, trying to chase Storm, and then just trying to keep your you need granted he's got the War Dogs, he's got Dora Milaje, he's got tech, he's smart, blah blah blah, but he's still a human, still mortal. I would say yeah, a sidekick, absolutely. Batman didn't necessarily need Robin, but it was good. It was a good help. I think these guys can jump in and just. It's also about letting the ladder down.
The family dynamic, the Bat family, Superman, Supergirl, Superwoman,
black males and families or something. Let the ladder down. Let the ladder down so other characters can grow. Guess what? Maybe the real question is, do we have room for other people to eat? I think we do. We should have a big enough table. I think when it comes to and I'm not trying to remix your question, but I think when it comes to white characters, they build more tables for people to come sit. They build more chairs so people have a seat at the table. I think the same attitude we got to have with these characters. But I think we're so used to white companies giving us stuff and then taking it away or depowering it, then we're like, oh crap, we got to hold on. We got to try to get behind the ones we can get behind. But that's where Black indies come in. But that's a whole different thing because there's some barriers there that nobody wants to talk about. But
there's only one Black character that comes close to what exactly you're talking about with the family dynamic, side characters, sidekicks, a whole branch. And you know who that is, right?
Who's that? Antagonist?
Spawn.
No, how?
I'm talking about you have Gunslinger Spawn. You have all these side characters basically forming from Spawn. I'm not saying like family dynamic, like obviously like Batgirl's not related to Bruce Wayne, right? I'm talking about mixture of characters based on that one singular not off-brand, but all linked to the one character. Steel now is linked to Superman, Superboy, like a whole family, a whole super family, quote unquote, linked to one character. Spawn has that with all his different characters spawning from him as himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially in these recent years, they've done like a whole Spawn universe now. So that's like a big lasting legacy off one Black superhero with Spawn. That's the closest we got, which would be cool for Black Panther because you got Shuri and then that's it.
Listen, I got to step away real quick, but I'm going to let you jump into... What am I let you jump into? I'm gonna let you jump into crap. Can you jump into this? Man, I'm gonna let you jump into this. You think you ready?
Oh Lord, here we go. What is
you ready?
Hand the baton, man. Okay.
There you go. Jump into that. I'll be right back.
All right, man. So we got Marcel Dupree saying the drip is so much better when Black. Every non-Black character needs to be reskinned Black. Black creators can't make characters as good as Japanese and white creators. It's not that we try. It's not that we try Black creators. We see them as inferior because of our low self-esteem. I mean, this is the whole bandwagon circle in terms of mainstream approach with Black characters in entertainment. I swear, it just seems like the nerd space is. I mean, everything's kind of gate kept from us to a certain degree as a people, but the nerd space, especially, it seems like it's harder for us to break through with our characters and storylines into movies, into comic books or whatever, and to get that general acceptance. And I mean, Japan has that infrastructure of an industry, and we just don't have that ownership or industry of our own entertainment circle. That's pretty much what it all boils down to. Was it MD Johnny says, I enjoy the Ironheart and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur one shots. Oh, that's cool. And then Sierra, you said Rich talked about the book on the show. Okay. Yo, Hirsch, you back?
I'm back.
You back, man? I mean, Marcel, man. We gotta get him on the show at one point, man. I know he's got some good stuff, good books, comics that he makes, and he always be having some cool, fun, hot takes on the internet.
Listen, Marcel Dupree, like him, love him, hate him. This is a weird take. People are going to really hate this. Unfortunately, there's a big part, big part. Yeah, I said big part of our culture that endorses this. They indoctrinate themselves with this. This is who they are. And Marcellus, I told him yesterday, like, bro, you're basically the Charleston White of the Black comic book community because you say all the stuff that nobody wants to hear, but sometimes we need to hear. And it's sad, but this is him playing. This is a piece of a bigger issue. He's a Black indie comic creator. He has a lot of rough, very, very rough takes. I thought I was rough. I try not to be rough because I'm a Black comic lord. I have a responsibility. But he says a lot of stuff a lot of people be saying.
Yeah.
And this is a big part of what happens in our community that we do not want to talk about. And we know people like this. We see them on social.
You know what? I'm going to give a little kickback on this, man. Not to interrupt you, but a part of this problem, quote unquote, right, started with my generation. Because before these blurred spaces, before social media, before anime became mainstream like it is now, when you used to go to a mall back in the 2000s, you go to Urban clothing store or whatever, you buy a shirt. Who would be on the shirt with the pants sagging, oversized tee with grills holding money? You see Popeye,
Bunny,
you see Bugs Bunny,
Mickey Mouse, Popeye, yeah.
You see Mario. You see Homer Simpson. You see Bart Simpson with a Bape
Bro, I didn't
hoodie
think
on.
about that. You cooking.
Right?
You cooking.
So we bought that. We endorsed that. We like, oh yeah, I got it. I think I still might have my Mario tatted up hoodie in the attic somewhere. Like, oh, like yeah, it's cool to see Mario all tatted up or not, whatever. But there was not one Black character in those clothing line at all.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, I'm not gonna just put this on the young kids, man. And like my generation played a part of that as well. You know what I mean?
No. The generation before you always is responsible. The generation before you was always responsible because they allowed it, even though they didn't redirect you. And at the time, we thought they were celebrating us, but they were celebrating actually the lowest class of our culture. The hoodlum look, the thug look. Mm-hmm. That's what they were celebrating, but it was the 90s. Everybody had to be hyper masculine. Everybody had to be, you had to have a gun. Or even Bugs Bunny would have the female counterpart, her booty cheeks would be sticking out.
Oh, Lola?
Like crazy.
Yeah.
Lola. They sold like crazy because Black people said Disney, Super Mario, they are acknowledging us. Because prior to that, all you can get is this your regular white bread American characters that were even the dogs and cats that were white leaning. And so that turned into what we have today with more technology. Everybody can get behind Photoshop, everybody can do something. And now there's a lot of Black people that's like, I don't really want to, like, I want to be Spider-Man, I want to be Superman, I want to be Batman. DC said, you do? Okay, we'll make you a Black Batman. It's called temporary representation. We'll temporarily make you this character. And then here's the funny thing. White folks come in and say, hey, what's going on in here? And they say, no, this ain't it. And then it turns into a race thing. And some white folks generally don't have an issue, but they just like, why don't y'all just celebrate your own stuff? And some Black people are like, well, I don't want to celebrate my own stuff. I want to be you. I want to be the Black version of you. We have Negroes that do that. Because if you say, oh, that's not true, well, then where's all the Black people celebrating the Black characters, Black heroes like that? Louder than they are, speaking of loud, we're going to get into loud as they are, the white stuff. Well, you know, I don't really see the marketing. It's all these barriers that we run into. It's all these freaking barriers that we run into.
Yeah. Yo, Sierra, you had a Snowman t-shirt growing up?
Well, Snowman is like, Jeezy era.
Yeah, my school banned them joints. You could not wear snow because once they understood what they meant, they banned them Snowman shirts. Man, you get detention for that joint. Yup, he had a Snowman shirt. Yeah, oh man, Akon Young Jeezy.
Listen, we're about to wind down the show towards the end. We got a couple memes here, and then we're gonna get out of here. First meme is gonna piss people off. It's gonna be this. First appearance of Frenzy. Now, this is Jade Cargill. A lot of people don't know Frenzy's last name is Cargill as well. As a matter of fact, her name is Jonah Cargill, and the WD wrestler is Jade Cargill. So somebody posted up a picture of her looking like Storm. I took the damn Thunderbolt off of there, and I made her look like Jade Cargill. This is who she needs to play. She's got the frame. She looks like her. We need to get Jade Cargill in the MCU, but unfortunately, she is a forgettable character. I think to a lot of fans, man. Like, it's either Jade Cargill's playing Storm, or we don't even want to see Jade Cargill on the big screen. But this is who she was born to play. The freaking name. Her parents might have even named her after that, man. It's so similar. It's so crazy.
It's spot on, man. It's for real.
It's freaking spot on. Nobody wants a 6'4" muscular Storm, man. I mean, it sounds good on fantasy art, but it's not gonna translate right on TV, bro. I'm sorry. It's just not. We're not doing that.
Yeah,
but
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know this character, Frenzy. This is my first time hearing about her.
She's been out since the 80s. She was a villain. Now she's a superhero. Reluctantly, but she's a superhero. She's a part of the X-Men. So, yeah.
No, Jade, she got skills, yo. I think she should reach the big screen. I mean, she's got charisma. She's got a look. She's definitely got a look. Yeah, she's got to be on some kind of movie at some point.
But, bro, you can't go nowhere. Now, granted, it doesn't help that she dressed like Storm a couple times, but come on, man. We got to do something else. If people always want to say, oh, they don't do that with black women. Yeah, we don't do that with black women either, because the only people that we push is Storm.
You know what? I'm going to put this out there. Kevin Feige, I need you to put an alternate universe where you have Michael J. White as T'Challa and Jade Cargill as Storm married. I'm putting that out there.
Storm and Killmonger?
No, Michael J. White as Black Panther, and then her as Storm married in the alternate universe. The ultimate fan casting. That's the ultimate black fan casting. They make
Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom. I guess they could make Michael J. White Black Panther. There'll be the riot that we would see that would ensue. The riot that would ensue if they did that would be diabolical. What else we got here, bro? I thought this meme was hilarious, man. Wakanda Council, Killmonger. It smells like complacency in here. This is diabolical right here too, man. Because that's basically what he was. That's basically kind of how he was doing. And the council was like, "Hey, look, I don't know what's look. If you beat T'Challa, whatever you say, bro, we'll follow you." And that's what happened. And that council said, "We gotta do. Hey, that's the rules. That's the law."
You know, that whole movie was just an analogy for Africans leaving us in America for slavery.
Africans leaving us for slavery.
Yes, that's what Killmonger is. Killmonger is us in America as the slaves who came from here. Wakanda is Africa, meaning like, all you were wrong, you left him there. You know, that's the whole thing with Killmonger is like, that's a little conspiracy, but that is the analogy. Killmonger represents the African America. Wakanda, T'Challa represents Africa, who didn't come back for us to bring us home.
Yeah. I don't. I'll tell you this much. Raven Simone was talking about Black and her African American comments that she made years ago. And what she said, I get what she's saying. She says, look, I'm 100% Black, but African American, I'm like, come on. She said, there's nothing I know. Like, there's nothing that connects me back to Africa but my skin color. I don't know where I came from. I don't know the customs and all that stuff. I have no clue. So I'm not going to sit around here and say, my family has been in America longer than they have been. Like they've been in America for 400 years. What do I have connected to Africa? And I'm light skinned. So I'm paraphrasing a lot of what she's saying, but she's saying that most people, when white people get to come over here, they don't say European American, they don't say Austrian American, they say American, you know? And she said, there's pride in it that why do we still have to call ourselves African American? If I go back to Africa right now, they're gonna be like, you ain't from here. And so I understand, to be fair to her, in the context to where she was putting it, I get it. Mm-hmm. When Mexicans come over here and they're like first, second generation, they might say I'm Mexican American, but a lot of them, go ask Pedro Pascal. He gonna say I'm American. And if they say, well, what are you? Well, what's your name? He said, well, I'm Mexican too. But he gonna say I'm American. When we watch the Olympics, when we watch America and black people in there, we be screaming. We don't yell, "Oh yeah, that's my African American." We say, "Hey, America won because the 4x1 team." Well, what? Well, that ain't gonna never happen. Jamaica always. Well, actually, we won it last time. But it's like, I get what she's saying. I consider myself African American. Although if you threw me into Africa right now, I would not know the first place to go. I'll try to go to Ghana. I'll try to go to an American. Where would I have to go? American consulate. I couldn't go to no African American consulate. So I get what she's saying. I know she took some hate because people are so quick to like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Yeah, OJ Simpson said that. He sounded like an idiot, but you black, you African American in front of Donald Trump, and when you get pulled over, because that's what Donald Trump don't say. That's my American. He says that's my African American, but I don't know why he even says that. Last thing, man, it is conspiracy time. It is conspiracy time. Now, this is a little bit of a stretch, but I want y'all, we've talked about this before. I want y'all to follow me. Where is that picture? Bro, it is freaking ironic. I've already talked about how Donald Trump looks like Biff from Back to the Future. But isn't it funny that the DeLorean car looks like the freaking Tesla truck? It's like, and guess what? The DeLorean came out in 85 for the movie. Tesla came out last year, but it really got, obviously it's 2005. Elon Musk is getting that his car burn up, and people are doing a whole bunch of other stuff. It's a new age type of vehicle, stainless steel, just like the DeLorean. But you know who freaking Elon Musk acts like in front of Trump? He acts like George McFly. Really awkward, really crazy. And it's the similarities. There's too many similarities here, man. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Look, man, I think entertainment, I think there is some kind of time traveler in entertainment. I mean, we've seen these things with The Simpsons predicting a lot of things. We've seen technology from the 80s movies becoming a reality, spot on. I mean, Biff as Trump. I remember when Trump got elected in 2016, the first thing I posted was Back to the Future 2, with Marty going back in that dystopia America and going, no, seeing the casino, Biff's casino. That's the first thing I posted. And then obviously Doc Brown saying we must go back. But it's pretty spot on, man. I mean, the similarities, the mannerisms, it's crazy how entertainment, it's like
the real question like is who is Doc Brown? Is it Fauci? I mean, who's Doc Brown? It could be Fauci. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Bernie Sanders?
Funny. I don't. Could be Bernie Sanders. They talk just alike. Now that's a close one, but it's got it, bro. I'm gonna keep digging into this one. We're not done. We'll try to throw some conspiracy segments in there. We're doing it for fun, But hey, I was just showing y'all live action, man. Biff. If you look at how Biff talks to people, how he act, and you look at Trump maybe a couple years ago, because Trump ain't doing a whole lot of throwing a bunch of jabs at people as much nowadays. He's doing it more with his pen than he is doing it with his words. I mean, throwing people in El Salvador is if you don't do nothing else, go check out El Salvadorian prisons. It is, and once there is no, you do a couple years, you get out. Once you get in there, you stay in there. There's life. But bro, go look at El Salvadorian pictures and tell me, prisons, and tell me what you think. That is the last place on earth that I would want to go. It's El Salvadorian prison. Throw me over the fence with a bunch of pit bulls. I'll run. I'll try to climb with that fence. But if you throw you in there, bro, it is
game over.
Bro, game is, bro. You have to look countdown. 5, 4, Street Fighter.
Yeah,
that's basically what we're looking at, bro. But there is no continue. You have no more. Remember you used to play Street Fighter and you used to count down. You used to pat your chest, your hands, and see if you have some coins. You have no coins in your pocket to continue the game, bro. You are cooked if you go there. I actually rather go to San Quentin. I'd rather go to San Quentin because San Quentin, I can be in solitary. The food, I can maybe get my own room. I'll just have to be in the gang and do some. But though they keep the lights on all day, so you don't know what time it is. They do exercise. You cannot look at the guards. You have to stay limped over. You wear the same clothes. They put 50 people in one room, and that is your. And then they move people around the cells to cells. And the thing is about the size of 4 football fields. It is diabolical, bro.
Man, I tell you what, those Diddy jokes won't be as funny anymore.
If they send Diddy there, oh my god! And Trump has got, and they're making money. They're saving money by sending people there. They're saving money by sending people there, man.
I mean, we all know about the prison industrial complex and that whole thing with us. But what's it? Nobody says they base Biff, 80s Lex Luthor, and others on Trump. Hollywood has hated Trump for a long time, largely because he's desperate. He's been desperate for Hollywood fame and approval for years.
He actually hates Hollywood. Somebody was telling me that, and they was showing me how he doesn't really like. He did The Apprentice, but bro, I think we can talk about Trump's legacy. I think on the Friday show. I'm about to walk into work.
Oh shit!
But Trump is a little smarter than Biff. But so many, what would happen if Trump pardons Diddy? It's not gonna happen.
If Trump pardons Diddy, the price of baby oil is going up. That's all I'm going up.
Damn, that's the joke of the day. That beats all the memes that I had. All right, man. Let me walk into work, but I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate y'all coming on. Yeah, man. Catch y'all Friday. And if somebody said, "Oh, you know what? We didn't get to the post in the group."
Nah, it's all. We can come back to it. We'll come back to it.
We might even pop up tomorrow on the show. Who knows? Man?
Yeah.
We'll drill down hard on that. Yeah. But we out of here.
All right, replay gang. Catch y'all in the playback. Peace.
See ya.